It's Bible quiz time. All right, who was Bartholomew? Well, he was sometimes referred to as Nathaniel. If you said one of the 12 disciples, you get a gold star. Now, what do you know about this man? Okay, that's where I got stuck the other morning. It dawned on me, I know almost nothing about this follower of Jesus, except that the Lord called him to be one of those in his inner circle of 12 men. Scholars believe that Bartholomew and Nathaniel are one and the same, and if so, Bartholomew is the first recorded person to declare Jesus to be the Son of God. And Jesus said of him, he is a man in whom there is nothing false. That's pretty much all we know. Yes, Bartholomew was among the 12 with Jesus, among those that Jesus sent out to perform miracles and share Christ. He was also with the others at the Lord's Supper in the upper room, and he was among those who watched as Jesus ascended into heaven. But there's nothing else about him in the Bible. So what's my point? Well, there are many followers of Christ that get no recognition. They get no press. They serve faithfully. They do so in obscurity. That goes against our culture today. We think we need to be honored and recognized to know if we're really effective in serving the Lord. Not so. Oswald Chambers taught about this several times. In a book called So Send I You, we can read this. Jesus warned his disciples that they would be treated as nobodies. He never said they would be brilliant or marvelous. We all have a lurking desire to be exhibitions for God, to be put, as it were, in his showroom. Well, the missionary, Adoniram Judson, who was an American missionary to Burma for 40 years, once said, "Permit us to labor on in obscurity, and at the end of 20 years, you may hear from us again." The Apostle Paul came at the subject another way. Here's what he said, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ." You can read that in Colossians 3:23 and 24. That verse may have led Oswald Chambers to ask, if God chooses to have you labor in total obscurity, what is that to you? No, we may not make it into the world's hall of fame. Yet we have the assurance that no matter how little people know of our efforts or even how much attention we may receive, we can all look forward to those words spoken by a master to his faithful one. "Well done, good and faithful servant." And that should be enough. If you want to learn how this ministry is making a global impact for Christ, visit our website, mediaalliance.net. And help us spread the influence of these videos simply by liking, subscribing, and sharing them. Thanks, and God's best.